Hadley, and you can find me on Motor Trends, Motor Mythbusters, and All Girls Garage. But maybe like some of you watching this, I started out my career on the express maintenance rack at my local Toyota dealership. And now I'm here, which is amazing, kind of coming full circle with the opportunity to share this new amazing addition to the GR family with y'all. Couldn't be more stoked. And if you happen to be a motorsports fan like I am, then you're gonna recognize this name. The one and only Ryan Trueck, everybody.
Thanks, Faye. What's up, guys? I am Formula Drift driver Ryan Trueck and driver of the Toyota Racing GR Corolla. And we actually just had a phenomenal debut of the car, winning our first round of competition this year, which is an awesome way to kick off the GR Corolla platform. And I'm stoked to work with Faye and talk about the GR Corolla.
I know. We had an awesome time out on the track just now. And as you know, I had just taken some hot laps. I was feeling really comfortable in the car. I had no idea what this car was capable of handling-wise until you got behind the wheel. So I'm glad that you're here joining me.
I did my best. I'm not a professional road racer, but I definitely try to put it through its paces.
Well, you sure fooled me and probably everyone watching this. So that being said, let's hop into the technical aspects of this car. All right, so I know we all want to geek out on tech specs. I know I do. But before that, there's a couple things I want to touch on first. So for those of you that have been following the Gazoo Racing product line since the very beginning, one thing I want to make very clear is that the GR badge is not something that is just slapped on the back of a special edition model. It is actually earned.
Exactly, yeah. Mariso actually delayed production of the GR Corolla for an entire year because it didn't meet his standards. Which is crazy.
I know, like who does that?
So they went back, they fine-tuned the car, and here we are today with an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, and here we are today from a consumer standpoint and also from the driver standpoint. So it's really nice to have your input on this so I can sort of see through his eyes. But from the technical standpoint, one thing I think is fascinating, knowing that these cars are each built by the best of the best at the Motamachi plant, which is sort of famous for the legendary LFA. So we're talking about rich heritage, rich history here, and da-da-da! We make this incredible hot hatch sports car. But that being said though, I just sort of want to get your opinion, like what makes this a sports car?
I gotta say, number one, there's nothing I don't like about the new GR Corolla. I think it is just top to bottom, absolutely unbelievable. What makes a sports car to me, I guess, is something lightweight, power, suspension, drivetrain, and I think this car has all of those things that make a sports car.
Absolutely. And I mean, from the outside, I'm not a race car driver, so I don't have that experience. But from looking at it from a consumer standpoint, I will say this thing looks aggressive. Every single vent on this thing is functional. It's got a wide stance. It's got an aggressive stance. And it's just like, it looks fast going still.
It does.
And powering this bad beast is the G16E GTS. It's a 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, but don't let those numbers fool you, people. This thing packs an incredible 300 horsepower and 273 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM, which we definitely felt out there.
Yeah, the car feels amazing, pulling you out of especially those tight turns. Made it with the 6-speed transmission, which is geared perfectly, and the IMT, which is the rev matching downshift. And we're in 2022, if there's a button that I can press that's gonna rev match for me, I'm doing it.
Especially if it makes me seem like a better driver than I actually am. I will take it. But speaking of being out on the racetrack, there was something else that I noticed while you were driving, and that is the exhaust. Now, this is a spot where Toyota actually gathered a little bit more horsepower from. It's a 3-piece exhaust, uniquely designed, that has a flap that opens up right around 4,000 RPM, releases the horses from the stable, and sounds incredible while doing it.
It absolutely sounds incredible. Another thing that is incredible on this car is the GR4 system, and something that we got to test back-to-back on 3 separate laps for the 3 different modes, which are sport, normal, and track. And my favorite was track, which is the 50-50 torque split. And then you have normal, which is 60 front, 40 rear, and then sport, which is the 30 front, 70. So if you like a car that drives out the rear end, then sport is definitely your choice. And if that's not enough, there's also an available Torsen front and rear differential setup.
So what you're saying is, million different ways that I can seem like a better driver in this car. So whether we're going on dirt or snow or the track, or if you're just like going to get groceries or something like that, there's a mode for you. And actually there's one more thing that I wanted to hit on before we sort of moved away from track, and that was something we really felt out there, which kind of a hallmark of the GR brand is structural rigidity. This thing felt planted, and that goes into the engineering. There's extra adhesives, extra weld points, extra stiffness braces, and we really felt that. And actually, you made reference to that, especially during heavy braking.
Yeah, I cannot say enough good things about the braking system on this car. 14-inch 4-piston fronts, 11.7-inch 2-piston rears, and we're ripping for like 4 laps, very hard braking everywhere, and the brakes didn't fade once. So I am beyond impressed with the system that they put on the GR Corolla.
And this is something that every new owner of a GR product, including the GR Corolla, gets to experience for themselves, because when you buy one of these cars, you get a 1-year membership to NASA, and that includes a high-performance driving class. So not all y'all have the opportunity to experience what I experienced on the track today with a professional driver behind the wheel, but you could actually experience a little bit with a professional driver in your passenger seat, sort of giving you instruction and helping you feel what this car has to offer. So with that being said, I cannot thank you enough for this experience. It was so fun out there on the track, and I had a blast. So thank you for making time for us today.
It's been a pleasure working with you too, and so rad that we got to shake this thing down today together. It's
pretty cool. So with that being said, speaking of track time, we've got like a little bit more time to hit the track. So,
let's go.
So we're gonna go, and y'all get to see what we got to experience earlier today. So let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna start in normal mode, which is 60 front, 40 rear.
Awesome.
And then I'm turning on the IMT to help rev match on downshifts.
Oh, that is so cool.
In this amazingly geared 6-speed transmission.
All right, so we are setting the baseline of normal mode.
The turn-in feels awesome.
Oh my God.
Stay patient on this turn. Oh, come on! Come on, baby!
This is seat bolstering test number 1.
I gotta say, this car is pretty forgiving on the turn-in standpoint.
It feels like we're floating. Watching so there we have 6,500 RPM is where we're supposed to get maximum horsepower. I'm feeling it. I don't know exactly what speed, but maybe somewhere in here is where we start to feel the stability coming in from those functional vents.
I'm braking as late as I possibly can, and I feel rock solid.
Ooh.
We're gonna try track mode, which is the 50-50.
Okay. But the way this thing handles, though, it's like there's nothing unpredictable about it. Normally, it's like I gotta be the driver. I've got to be able to anticipate what the car is gonna do.
It feels so planted and glued, like so easy to drive. Ooh. Very predictable. The chassis is nice and stiff.
This car took, what, like a year longer than they wanted. Like they wanted to put it out a year before they actually did, but it had to hold up to Akio Toyota's.
Maritzo's. AKA Maritzo's expectations.
This car embodies what you would expect from a hot hatch. So much better though. The performance,
We're now in sport mode, which is 30 front, 70 rear.
Ooh. Okay, wow.
So you should feel a drive off the rear end a little bit better.
Yup, it just happened back there, yeah. Wow, okay. First of all, switching between the modes, I was expecting to be able to feel something. It is so smooth, the transition between every single mode, normal, track, and sport. So I can definitely vouch for the race-inspired seats.
Yes.
I'm definitely feeling that.
The seats feel phenomenal. I mean, we're putting this thing through its paces right now, and I am not moving in the seat.
No.
I think this thing sounds amazing.
I know. You can tell right around 4,000 RPM when it opens up, goes to that full exhaust mode, removes all of its restrictors, and just like really opens itself up.
But then it feels like it has that proper back pressure down low before it opens up and frees everything up for the top end.
I wonder if that's where like the added torque, where that torque curve, I think it's just like maximum torque is like 3,500 RPM.
Yeah.
So it's like it's building it up and then it's like releasing all the horses.
Exactly.
Into this like perfect little package of hot hatch, like turbocharged, all-wheel drive. I don't know, it's
three-cylinder, making 300 horsepower and 273 foot-pounds of torque.
I mean,
that's 100 horsepower per cylinder. That's from the factory.
From the factory. I mean, I don't know what more you could want. Maybe a few more laps.
Maybe
a few more laps. What's unique about these calipers too, they're not floating style, they're planted like they sort of use on more of the Toyota trucks. So you're actually getting all 4 pistons in the front caliper. Actually, and rears are not floating either. They're all fixed calipers. So like you're getting maximum braking power, you're getting all of those brake pads pushing together at this exact same time.
They're big, it's a big set of brakes.
Yeah.
A 14-inch front rotor and like I think it's 11 just under 12 inches on the rear. It's plenty of braking power for this car.